Today what we're going to do is we're going to walk over the steps of creating a virtual machine in Oracle's VirtualBox. So what we're going to go ahead and be doing is we're going to have two vital components inside of that. We're going to have Oracle VirtualBox, which is a free download from virtualbox.org, and also we're going to use a sample image file. It's going to be called the Universal Boot CD. The reason we make a virtual machine is so that we can try out this particular environment. We can see another operating system without actually putting it onto a live machine. We can put it on, see if we like it, see if it fits our needs, and then we're able to put it to the live machine, but this is a test way. It's one way in which we're doing it through that virtual thing. So I'm going to go ahead and start the software, which is Oracle VirtualBox. It's going to start up. I'm going to go and I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to make a new name. I'm going to call it, we'll say UBCD for short, or the Ultimate Boot CD. It's going to come up and choose the type of machine in there. I'm going to tell it next. It's going to come through and ask me how much memory I want the machine to have. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I want you to have 2048, which is 2 gig of RAM. There we go. Next. It's going to talk about what type of hard drive. I'm going to say, go ahead and create one. It's going to create the file for me. It's going to ask me the type. I'm just going to pick the standard. Notice I'm following the defaults. I'm walking my way through, and it's going to ask me, do I want to fix that size, or do I want to dynamically allocate that size? If I tell it fix that size, it's going to take a 10 gigabyte chunk right out of my hard drive, and that's not necessary. It's not that big. So by dynamically, it's going to allow the hard drive to come in and expand and contract when needed. So it's not going to chew up all that hard drive space when it's not needed. So I'm going to tell it be dynamic. I'm going to tell it next. It's going to give it a name where it's going to locate it. I'm going to click on Create. Right now I have the blank machine chosen, but it has no way to start. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the settings of the machine at the top. Inside the settings, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to go over to the system, and I'm going to give it an additional processor, because we all like speed, right? We want to move faster. I'm also going to go down to storage in here, and now I have to tell it, okay, virtual machine, this is what you're going to start off of. This is what's going to cause you to get up and get moving. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to click on the empty drive, and then I'm going to drop down here, and I'm going to say choose a disk file. On my desktop, I've got it located. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to go the UBCD 538. Only check for newer versions because periodically they do it. I'm going to tell it open. Right now, it is ready to go. It's got it, so I'm going to tell it okay. And I'm going to click start. When I start up, VirtualBox is going to pause for a second. It'll start running the virtual machine. Here we go. And it's going to verify what do I want to start from. I'm going to drop it down, and I'm going to say, here you go. I want you to start off this particular one, Ultimate Boot CD. I'm going to click on Start. Right now it's not being shown in a full screen, but if I hit Control F and confirm, you've got a full screen. Now what I've done is I'm running an independent operating system inside of my Windows 10 machine. Inside of this, I can go in and I can run a CPU check. I can run a hard drive check. I can look at the memory, other items inside. I can even go through and I can partition the hard drive, and all of this can occur from a bootable USB drive. I've done it within a virtual machine as a test, but this is a design that also works from within a bootable drive. I can try on it, I can tell, here you go. I can tell it to reboot or not. And even though I'm full screen, if I just simply hover my mouse down below, I still have those features of VirtualBox shown, so I can go in and make adjustments to it as I go. Also, this particular version of VirtualBox has full wireless support. It uses my wireless card, it uses my wired card. So I'm fully able to go in and take updates and do all the movements to everything that a network computer needs to be. And inside of that is when you're seeing it in a full screen view to your would-be user, you would never know that I'm not using the actual operating system. It's a great way for if you want to go in and try Linux. That's why in our operating systems class, we rely on VirtualBox, because we go through all the different operating systems without affecting the native operating system of the machine.